Whoa! What is going on, people? We are in a different situation. Today we're going to have a real stream. Hopefully the quality is looking good, which I believe it is. And hopefully my internet speed will not die this time because I am in a totally different location. And we're operating with some Comcast business right now. So yeah, we are not at my house. And I am thankful for that because my internet at home is just terrible. So I cannot stream and play iRacing when I'm there. But tonight, I'm going to do that. So welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And we're going to do some iRacing ovals. So let's pick some series out. I don't know what to do. I kind of want to do a fixed event to kick it all off tonight. Should I do the 305s or should I do the late models? I think I might do the late models. What is up? All right, Josh, I see the smack talk. I'll give it a try. I'm gonna go practice for a few minutes. All right, so I am gonna switch as soon as iRacing launches. I'm gonna switch it up and see if we can get the iRacing feed in here. Just give me a minute. I'm just gonna get my pop-out chat so I don't have to turn my damage my stream quality by just looking at the chat and having the stream up. All right, here we go. Oop, let me make sure I've got Trading Paints running. And it looks like I do. All right. Yo, Josh, looks like you're not going to whoop anybody tonight. Tonight will be all me if I can do some whooping. We'll find out. All right, time to switch it up. And share desktop. All right, here we are. Welcome to Knoxville. We're gonna do the limited late models. We're gonna try those out, and I might register for the race. The race is at 8, so I'm gonna do a little bit of practice and then try to do that. I am kind of close to Penn State, Craig. Sort of. I am near Williamsport. I'm actually in Williamsport right now, put it that way. Alright, so we'll check the volume of the game when I get in the car. You guys just let me know if anything's too loud. But so this is a limited late model. It's probably the hardest to drive and be very fast at, in my opinion, because like they're just so close. They're like, I don't know how to explain it. Just everything's really tight because there's not a lot of passing that happens because the cars are just so underpowered, and there's really not much you can do to gain an advantage. I have been good, Trey. Oh, I am not using this. I didn't have that set up. I'm using the paddle shifters right now. Alright, let's check the volume. A little quick stab of the brakes, make sure they're calibrated. Alright. Let's try this out. So I'm pretty sure right around the bottom is the fast lane. So let's give it a shot. Mine felt alright. Let's see, this puts me on the leaderboard. 3rd. I'll take it for right now. First lap. I don't even know how many people are in this, but let's just take a look at the times. Okay, looks like I'm not too far off. So it looks like a 19.1 is like fast. I do know that those two guys in front of me, Chad Swartz and Mason White, are pretty good when it comes to these limiteds. I've battled with them a few times. So, looks like 19.2. looks like I'm okay. Alright, let's take a look at the chat here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to gain some iRacing. Yo, sorry Josh I wasn't on yesterday, but I am on today. Unfortunately, I had obligations, so anyway, a little on the tight side, yeah, and unfortunately, since this is the fixed limiteds, I can't really do much to change how tight or loose the car is. All I can change is my driving style, so I just have to accommodate for how tight the car is. Hope you guys like the look of the scheme. Next time I get out of the car, I'll take a look at that. It's also what is in the thumbnail. That is just a scheme I threw together for maybe 2019. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go with white or what I'm going to go with, but... Alright, so lap 1 is always the fastest. Let's see if we can get a flying lap here and beat those two guys in front of me while the track still has grip. Oh yeah, right around the bottom. Crucial 10ths here, picking them up. Oh, I might lose it. Oh! Can that put me at number 1? No, it cannot. The first lap is always the quickest, and it's not incredibly apparent. But in iRacing, tire heat does matter, which may come as a surprise, but... Alright, here, we'll take a good look at the scheme real quick. Oh, shoot, I did not mean to use that camera. So, tell me what you guys think of this scheme right here. I definitely love the colors. That was like... I really like the light blue and the dark blue and the purple together with the orange, and also the black quarter panels I think look pretty nifty. Maybe run some orange along the back so people don't run me over though. But this is just something I threw together a couple days ago just to a little bit of a throwback to the Tony Stewart swoops that I'm so fond of back in his heyday that I really loved. But anyway, this will definitely be more fun than Darlington. Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on the time. I got 13 minutes left to practice and decide whether or not I'm going to do this race. And also, before I forget, I'm going to set up my H pattern because I have not had that set up. So let's go to options, change that gearbox, upshifting, downshifting, and have an H pattern. Yes! Alright, reverse, first, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, and done. Alright, now I got my H pattern set up. I had that not set up for the longest time because at home it's kind of inconvenient to have to move this back and forth and it takes up room where my mouse pad is. But tonight we're going specialized setup mode and we are here with all the proper equipment. And so you guys know this is the Fanatec, however you want to pronounce it, CSL Elite, and the Thrustmaster TH80, I think, or it's just the Thrustmaster add-on shifter.
Twice in like 2 laps I've ran.
Alright, so let's do a lap here again. I always find myself in these cars like really tensing up in the corners because like you can kind of feel where the front end starts to lose and gain grip with the force feedback, and you just want to keep it on that hairy edge. Sorry about that. You want to keep it on that hairy edge where it's not completely lost grip, but you don't want to be scrubbing speed by turning too much. And like I feel like I tense up and like almost grab the wheel with my like hands like this to like make it so I'm not like forcing the car to do anything, because it's sketchy in these cars. Seriously, like you can do anything and lose time, which is a little bit tricky. But okay, it looks like I am registered for the race, which I was keeping an eye on the time to make sure I did register for the race, but looks like I already did. So alright, let's get a good run off the top side. Make that straightaway as long as possible so we can get a good run into lap 1. Oh, I think I... Yeah, I killed the... I apexed way too early there. So this track, Knoxville, especially in the late model, deceptively long corners. Like, you have to really keep an eye on how you apex. So, okay, let's answer some questions. So can you paint on there for free? Yes, you can. So you have to use an external program called Trading Paints, which that's to add paints, but you have to use like Photoshop or GIMP or something to actually physically paint them, which that can be free if you use GIMP. But do all wheels and pedals coordinate together? Not necessarily. You have to get a standalone wheel and pedal setup, which a cheap wheel with nice Thrustmaster pedals makes sense, I think. You just have to make sure, because like some pedals use like the wheel as the hub, and then like I'm pretty sure Fnatic sells dongles that lets you like just plug in one device. So like if I only wanted to use the pedals, I could do that. But like I could use this wheel without the pedals, but I don't think I can use the pedals without the wheel, to put it that way. Alright, I'm gonna lay on the throttle the whole way around this time. Kind of apex a little bit later. I gained a little bit of time, but not too much. Trey, I need to get to Winchester, man. I need to... sometime, I need to check my schedule and get down there, because if they run on Saturdays, that'd be premier to get down there, because I just hear that track. I look at pictures, and it looks like a really nice facility. How many races do you do per year? That's a tough question. We try to do more than 15, but like I pretty much try to race every weekend from late April to October. So like our last race, I believe, is like mid-October this year. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat and I'm gonna throw away this lap. Hold on. I just want to try to get another good lap. Leave the left front at home, right? Park it up on that berm. Reminds me of Susquehanna. Except you do less damage to your car here if you park the left front on the berm. Sorry, it reminds me of Baps. Isn't that cool Tony Stewart won at Baps? He's won on a track that I've run pretty well on. That's weird to think about for me. Should go to Potomac. Yeah, it's far away, but I'd love to. To answer your question, Extreme Racer, about uploading, well, not really a question, but just the inquiry on like uploading schedule. I would love to upload more videos, but we've rained out like 5 weeks in a row. Like, it's been a month and a half since I've been at the track, and last time I was at the track, I did like a lap and a half, and then rain hit, and then we pulled it into the trailer, and that's been it. So yeah, that was no fun. But anywho, I could probably have some more content though. I don't know. I have to ask Josh Fox's permission if he's still watching here. I am really interested in doing... I'm helping a friend out. He's got a sprint car, and it is sitting at my house right now. So there's that. So I would love to do a video just like talking about sprint car tech, but anyway. So this race is going to start in 6 minutes, or at least the session will open in 6 minutes. So thanks for the love on the scheme. Appreciate it. Let's try to get out there and do another lap. I feel like when the track like gets slick for these cars, like I don't feel like it loses all that much speed because they're just so underpowered. But you just have to drive with a little bit more finesse. like you can kind of see how the track is drying out a little bit. You see that black line on entry here. Oh. Can't do that in a sprint car. Alright, let's try another good lap. So anyway, if anybody's interested, I don't know how late it is, but we are going to do the, or I'm going to do, the limited late model race at Knoxville, which starts at 8. So that's 3 minutes if you have an iRacing account and you want to come hang out and try it out. Yeah, man, I would love to make more shop videos. I love making those. In fact, it's almost more fun to me to make a shop video, like, out there and actually physically filming. Like, this is fun and relaxing to do, but I feel like it's like low effort in comparison to like getting out there and actually filming. Like, I feel like that's more film cred, going out there and doing that. But loving the videos, keep it up. Yeah, I'm doing my best, man. It sucks when it gets rained out 5 weeks in a row and I can't upload content, because like my content thrives on being at the track. So, but you're gonna guess you're not in my split. I'm like 2,700 right now, so I'm not a very high. Like, high I'm gonna consider is like 4,000 and above. Like, that's decent. Like, that's good. Decent is like 20. I'm gonna say 3,000 and above. I haven't quite crested decent because I haven't spent enough time just playing. So, Small Car Nationals is on Saturday at Winchester. That sounds interesting. What's a Small Car Nationals? Should I Google that? Don't mind me shamelessly checking my phone real quick. Alright. Let me set this on silent so I don't scare everybody with a ringtone they're not ready to hear. Okay, limited late model race, here we go. Ooh, get that out of the way. Give it a few more minutes here. Just take a look at the beautiful scheme while we wait. I need to get some sponsors on there. Oh. Alright. I'm ready to race, man. So let me head to the studio and just see how many people I have checking in from YouTube world. Oh my gosh, 26 people. Incredible. Big race for limiteds. Okay. We talking 50,000 to win? Fun stuff. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I'm ready to... This is a lot of pressure, man. There's a lot of people watching. So, allow me to point out, that is the hood off my car. I set up this little faux studio in an office because I had access to this place. And I put some old go-kart trophies back there, which are not reflective of wins, because I don't get trophies for wins anymore. We just get money. So, yeah, that's what we got behind me, and there's also some pots up there. No pressure, huh? Yeah. You and your uncle play iRacing together, dude. I have a second desk in my room and a second wheel, even, but not like, it's like a G27. It's the old G27. It's like kind of broken. I broke it, but I have that back there, and I really want to set it up so I can race my dad and teach him a lesson, but wise words from Josh. Just drive the car. Whoa, did you just see that? OBS coming in. Just drive the car, Josh. Thanks for the life lesson. If you guys watch World Championship, anything, like if you ever watch Dirt Night or whatever, shout out to Josh Fox for hanging out, because he is one of the top, in fact, the highest iRating in Dirt Road right now. So yeah, his advice: just drive the car, because that's what works for him, right? Oh goodness. My uncle beats me every time. That doesn't sound good. Nah, I'm sure that's a lot of fun. Keep practicing. You'll get there. It's 8:01. Come on, race. Let's open. Josh, you like that sweet shout out I gave you? Josh, you got to get yourself a YouTube channel, man. That's like got insider tips. Take that advice on Darlington. Dude, I like Darlington because it's got like a second straightaway in the middle of turn 1 and 2. I love that. All right, we got a race. Come on. It should have opened already. We were waiting ever so patiently. Before we get into this, just drop a shout out to one of my sponsors, KNS Music, over here in Williamsport. They've got fine musical equipment and definitely a nice store to head down and check out. If you're in the Williamsport area looking for musical equipment, head down there. They've got you covered for pretty much anything you could imagine musically. If it's guitars, cymbals, they don't have like a lot of big band stuff, but they're like a lot of rock stuff, and they got some electronic, and the keyboards. It's really cool down there. So shout out to those guys. All right. My clock now says 8:02, so let's see what's happening. Did I watch the Dirt Million? I did not. I did not watch the Dirt Million. I'm not a good fan. Not really. I love dirt racing. But I don't watch it that much. I do it more than I watch it. Put it that way. I watch sometimes when stuff's on TV, but I did not watch the Dirt Million. Maybe in like 5 years I won't have to watch the Dirt Million because I'll be in it. If I can get myself an open engine and a brand new chassis with support from somebody that's smarter than me setting that thing up. Alright. Yes, see you all in the race. Yes, so yep, here we go at Knoxville in the limited late model, which is the lowest powered late model. And we're going to run at Knoxville. We're going to try it out. It is difficult to pass in this car. So this should be pretty fun. Alright, let's get out there before anybody else and lay down a lap time and just see what is happening. Alright, here we go. Give myself plenty of room.
Shout out, Joey, listening live.
Yo, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Oh, this track is hosed out. Look at that. Look at that line. Is just has nothing left. Alright, let's do a lap. Oh, don't like that. I am not happy with that lap time whatsoever. This should be a little bit better, but not what I'm looking for. There's no shame in parking that left front up on that berm here at Knoxville. That's where the grip's at, man. You gotta put the car where it works. Alright, that is what I was looking for. Look at that. Half a tenth. Oh, he just immediately cut that in half. Let's, I'm happy with that, but let's give it another shot. I know I'm faster than this. Oh, and we got checkered flag. There's not enough time to set another lap, so let's just sit on that. Oh, we ran a 4. Whew. Sorry if I'm opening that too much. I'm just checking out those lap times. Alright. Oh, time to qualify. I'm going to try to make the arc nice and wide, because that's where I screw up the most, is just apexing early. Let's try it. Alright, outlap. Nice and wide. We're going to make that straightaway as long as possible. Alright, here we go. Make this second lap better. Like that. Scrubbed a bit of speed in 3 and 4. Not incredibly happy with that one. I'm about a 10th off that dude. Mason White, nice time from him. Yikes. Got to bring that in for the race. Maybe I should have done a little bit more practice, but whatever. I'm done making excuses. I just got to go out here and learn from these guys. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, mid-pack. Just that little bit can throw you. And I know where I lost it, too. Like, I can go back and analyze this. Like my 1 and 2, I believe, was fine, but I probably could have made that a little bit wider on exit. And 1 and 2, I just lost so much speed, like right around there. Like, you see how the car got a little bit extra sideways right here? That's right where you lose all the speed. When that car is not going as straight as possible, while still making the proper arc, you're gonna lose time, and that's kind of what happened. Is I just lost a little bit by just getting it just a little bit too far sideways. Like, you can even see me counter steer like a little bit more. I'm like, my wheels are straight, and then I start counter steering just a little bit too hard because I just came in a little bit high. Maybe I should have lowered my entry, but we can talk back about it all day. That does not change the fact that I qualified 5th, and I'm gonna have to dig myself out of a hole. So
I thought normally if everybody qualified, it would just roll over.
Yikes on bikes.
Got around by flat.
Yeah, like I said, 3 and 4, that was where I lost it.
The worst time I've ever stood on this track.
We'll be okay. We will be a-okay, ladies and gentlemen, because I have trust in my equipment. Yeah. How long have I been playing iRacing? Let's say, I think I've had my iRacing account for 5 years or 4 years. But I have not played religiously. I can tell you that for sure. There are people that play iRacing every day. I cannot compete with that. I mean, I can compete, but... $10,000 rule. Spend 10,000 hours on something, then you can become a master. I am not nearly there, but that's a story for another day. So, how's this camera angle? I will ask, because I feel like it's like up there, and I'm not really looking at you guys that much. But maybe that's just me and my like. I want to be personable and like talking directly to the audience. But playing for 2 years, did you like the dirt? I'm a fan. Oh, we're going straight to race. That's right. There's no heat racing with this.
Definitely got a loaded room today.
Whew. All right. Camera angle, great. All right.
I'm just still in amazement that I qualified that one car.
I know, right? Don't see it very often.
A little closer.
Alright, I'll mess up. We'll be racing for a second.
Yeah, the camera kind of sucks too, which I can get it.
Boys.
I can get it closer. I'm gonna turn this down, just because I don't want to listen to people bicker and argue. All right. Stab the brakes. Not trying to wreck that dude. Just trying to make sure my brakes are calibrated, because the worst thing you have happen is the first time you press your brakes, they're not calibrated, and then they go all the way on, and then you wreck half the field. Champion logo in the shot. Champion logo will stay in the shot, even though they're not my sponsor this year. I still thought that was super cool that they came on the car for last year. Absolutely loved having them aboard. Definitely the coolest, one of the coolest logos I've ever had on my cars. So. Make sure the car isn't going to push on the start. Here we go, limited late models, Knoxville. Use up all that track. It's hard to pass here, that's for sure. I want to use the low lane to pass, because I don't think I can use the high lane here to get around this guy, but I feel like I'm faster than him. Type of racing that gets the blood pumping door to door. Show him. Gotta show him I'm here. Creeping up on that Longhorn. Whew. This is tight. Try running up here a little bit so I can use more of the track and don't have to be off the throttle so much for the guy in front of me. Keep a little bit more momentum, not have to stifle it with the brakes every lap. 18 laps to go. This is where it becomes so tempting to move him, but I do not race that way. Gotta capitalize on a mistake just like that. Show him my door. I'm here. Keep that left rear in that grip. I am here. Little bump doesn't hurt anybody. Yeah. Put me P5. If I could keep a keen eye on these guys in front of me. Looks like they're battling pretty hard. Might be able to keep moving forward. So hard to pass in these cars. We are creeping up on this battle in front of us. Keep a close eye on the man behind. Making sure we don't show enough of our door to him. Have to slow down a little bit. These guys are checking up. Oh, we are there. I just gotta make sure my position on the track doesn't make me vulnerable enough for the guy behind me to get an edge. So hard to pass in these cars. Oh, right there is what I want to see. A mistake. I'm up the inside. Show him the door. Make him overcompensate. Just a little bit, door to door. He's got that momentum. I just show him I'm still here. He made one mistake. We can make him do another. All the track. Keeping a keen eye on the 14 behind me. Don't want to give any room. We are there, 5 laps to go. 1 lap to go. Do not want to lose my position. Just going to block low. I know he can't complete the pass on the high side. Do I try it in 3 and 4 with this guy in front of me? Stiff block. The guy behind me cannot get a run enough. And whew, bring her home in 5th. Oh my goodness. Tight racing. That is some serious business.
Thanks, man. Thanks for running for me.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a heck of a battle behind me there. Then whenever I saw Chad get beside me, I just tried to give you room and hold my line on the top.
Goodness. That is why I love these cars.
I was down there for a few laps. I could have kept battling with Chad, but once he got past me, there's nothing I could do.
Oh, let's go back and take a look at that just a little bit. That was such a tight battle.
I needed to stay up where I was. I'd say so. Talking to at least we need to fight otherwise we'll go. That was really fun.
I'm not entirely sure what I could have done better. It's just so hard to pass. I'm glad to bring home 5th, but my goodness, that was some great racing on through the field here. I mean, no one guy had the line, so the leader got to get way out there, but whew. I'm glad that was the first race on this. Hope you guys like that one, because I am sweating and I need a drink. Oh, goodness. Good stuff. I don't know if you guys saw me twitching in here, but that was like 110% focus mode, and that's what it is like across every single person in this room right now, because that was such good racing. Oh, I love that. Oval racing at its finest. And look at this. Let's go a couple laps back. Look at this. Side by side. Forever. It's just nothing you can do to get an advantage because he's got momentum on the high side. I can dive down and like get a door on him, but all my run gets stifled when I try to come up on exit because his car just is in the way and you can't run it all the way up to the wall. But that was some good fun. Let's keep it rolling. Let's do another something. I got to do something else now. My blood is pumping, but I kind of need a break for a minute or two just to catch my thoughts after that one because it's so mentally taxing. It's like a chess match the entire time. You got to play your cards right, and you got to make sure that you come out on top. Like with these 3 battling here and me joining the mix, if I check up wrong, 14 behind me can jump and get the position, so I got to make sure that I leave enough of my car in the way that he can't do that. But also, as I'm worrying about him, of course the mirror, got to use it to your advantage. As I'm worrying about him, I got these 3 guys in front of me that I'm trying to inch past. Ugh, intense. Alright, let's jump straight into something else. I'm going to save that replay just because it was some good hard racing. Always save your replays. That's a Joe Lusk recommend. Alright, we're heading back to the main menu here so you guys don't get to see my beautiful desktop background that's stretched all the way across all 3 monitors. Whew, that was fun. So, let's find something else to do. Should I pass the time and do another one of those, or should I jump into something else? I kind of want to do another one of those and see if we can win one. I feel like a slightly better qualifying effort would have me up there. Lima Land. What's at Lima Land? Is anything there this week? Let's take a look. Oh, goodness. Ooh, the Pro Lane model is at the dirt track in Charlotte, which I think is one of the raciest tracks. Ooh, my wheel is not mounted correctly. There we go. Now it is. Let's just have a look at the schedule. The schedule. Ooh, the USAC sprint car at Lima Land. Do you guys want to see me explode? I think I'll run the 9 p.m. but I just want to do a practice in this, just for fun. So let's see if we can blow up. If you've seen my infamous how to drive a dirt car, these are like the hardest, in my opinion. You might have a different opinion, but here, I'll turn back on my desktop so you can see that we are loading up. I do not have a paint for the non-wing sprint car, so thanks, Blast. I appreciate the love. Me and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Thanks. All right, let's go explode at Llama Land. Let's just blow up. Does anyone have a setup for the 360? Let's get another race. Okay, you know what's annoying? Whenever I launch iRacing, I've got this little bar at the bottom. And this might totally ruin the stream, but in order to get this little bar to go away, it's my taskbar, and if I like move it, then that goes away. But sometimes if I move it, iRacing will recenter itself like over on this screen, and then I just have to sit here and like drive like this, and it's just the dumbest thing. Alright, let's pick the default Lima Land setup and just try to get out there and do maybe a lap. So this is the 360 wingless sprint car, the hardest car to drive on Earth, in my opinion, or at least one of the hardest. And we are at Lima Land. If anybody wants to come hang out in this practice session, I don't know which session it is, but it is the one that has 4 people in it now. These cars just make you busy behind the wheel. Oh, and see what I mean? I just ruined like 3 people's laps by doing that. Oh, I love it. Let's try to get a real lap in. See, on these cars, you have to like drive sideways down the straightaway. You gotta just like let the rear end walk you. Do a little turkey walk right up and up the hill. The famous words of DW. Lifting is for losers. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, feel it stick. If you can hear those RPMs go down when I'm in the corner, you can hear the engine start to lug a little bit. That's just grip. Pure grip from the sticky track that we're looking at here. There's no black to be found on this track. It is completely tacky. Black meaning the slick stuff. Ooh, looks like the bottom place is the place to be. Let's try a lap down here. Oh, not like that. Ah, sorry. I hate apologizing to people for my mistake.
I didn't see you.
I just lost it. So I'll keep an eye on the chat here. The linear setup. Choose the linear setup. Oh, I did choose the linear setup. Whoops. Good call. Let's see if the line with line setup's better. Thank you for pointing out my mistake. Let's see if this is faster than that. Maybe it will be. Let's just wait for a clear check and then go. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can floor it all the way around. I'm not exactly flooring it. Throw it in there. Ooh, look at that. stuck to the track. Probably thrown it a little bit too sideways. Let's try to keep that under control. Ooh. Oh, that wall. I'm gonna have to watch that replay back. Alright, let's watch that replay back real quick. Let's see just what happened. Because that was like inches away from the wall, right here. Oh, look at that. Ain't no cushion like that. For those of you that aren't into sprint cars, the area right at the top of the track where all the dirt goes when you're running around the track, as like dirt starts to push up the track, it starts to form like a little bit of a more banking, like so more dirt gets pushed on top of itself, and the more banking, the more speed you can carry through the corner. So yeah, when you're in a car that can push the dirt all the way up and you can benefit from running that more banking up there, then you want to do it and carry more speed around the corner, because of course more banking means that more of the load is transferred to the ground instead of to the side. So yeah, there's your physics lesson. More banking equals better, and then when dirt starts to build up at the top of the track, you gotta ride up there. Alright, so I think I want to practice a little bit more in the limited late, or maybe something else. But if you give me, I want to say a good 3 minutes to 5 minutes, I will be right back. I'm just going to run and use the bathroom quick before the next race. So let me just switch over to here, and I will be right back. And I have returned. Sorry, I'm just turning my mic back on. Alright. Sorry, I just had to run to the bathroom real quick. Sometimes it's gotta happen. Especially over the long stream like we've had tonight. This is, well, it hasn't been too long, but... Alright, so... I'm gonna go try to test out the late models a little bit more at Knoxville. See if I can just improve my time a little bit. See if there's anything I'm leaving on the table. So, I'm just gonna register. Straight up just register for the race. And then we're gonna practice a little bit more. So how is everybody doing tonight? I'm very happy. The stream is doing better than any stream I've ever done before, besides the garage streams, but we all saw how those went. Those were a disaster. I would love to get actual streaming equipment and just stream my garage and like working on stuff out there. I would love to do that for you guys, because I think that's so much fun. It feels just very like a personal, like intimate experience, like you're just hanging out in the garage, chilling, working, doing our thing. And I can show you guys what all goes on under the hood of our racing operation, more so than I can in the videos, because in the videos you get my best side, or at least all the clips that I think don't suck. But if we were to do a live in the garage again, to see all of it. But I don't know what you guys thought of that. Did you guys like the live in the garage, or do you like it when I do just a cohesive video? I can do cohesive videos more infrequently, but I mean, it's just how it goes. It's just the production time. Live vicariously through me. That's funny, but you know, if I can provide you guys with, like, the experience and, like, you could just feel like you're here, like, I love that. You raced karts when you were younger? Yeah, I started in karts, and we somehow have had enough money to move up through. Oh my gosh, yeah, they are pretty hard to maintain, especially when it's a team where it's me, my dad, and my buddy Nate, and we do all the work. Like, some people don't understand when I show up at the racetrack that I'm not only a driver, but when I wreck the car, I gotta go fix it. Like, people in the stands sometimes don't understand that. They just think the drivers show up and do the thing and then go home. Some don't have an understanding of how much we go through to put on the show for them, you know? And, like, not necessarily it's a show, like we're competing, but there's definitely a big entertainment aspect to it as well. But that's a discussion for another time. Is racing entertainment, or is it sport? Ooh, that was not good. I'm gonna redo that. I'm gonna start again. Let me grab my phone out of my pocket so it doesn't bug me. Alright, so we're gonna try to lay down a faster lap while we wait for the race session to open again at Knoxville. My fastest lap so far was a 19.19 or maybe a 1.6, but I know we can do better. Oh, my scheme did not load. That's not cool. Alright, so we're going to start by heading to the very high side, make that arc real wide, lengthen that straightaway, let off the gas just enough. Keep those RPMs up. Apexed a little bit too early here. This is not going to be the time. It's a 19.4. That's 11th. Not good. Alright, let's try to set the next time. We're going to run way up to the high side. Make sure that straightaway is as long as possible. Alright, here we go. Let's not apex too early this time, but also don't apex too late. Balance that steering right where it needs to be. And this guy's going to get in the way. Maybe, maybe not. Balance that steering out. This is not fast enough. Let's look and see what the fastest time in here So 19.2 is the fastest time, which you can't always go off that because when that track was new, it's probably going to have a little bit more speed in it. So anyway, let's just try it again. Throw that car in the corner, lift just a little bit. And when we're talking about 2/10, that can be the difference between moving the steering wheel like a little bit off center at the wrong time. Just get out of this guy's way. Reload my scheme. Come on. I always like doing this. Oh, come on, scheme. That's not cool. Let's just make sure. Oh my goodness, we don't have this. We don't have iRacing up. Ah! Ah! The blunder. The blunder. Ah, there we go. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, guys. Oh, we did like... We spent like 5 minutes in that. I am so sorry, but we're good. We are good. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the chat. We are good to go. We'll edit that one out in post. Don't worry, guys. Alright, so for some reason I can't see my scheme. Let's just make sure Trading Paints is running. Double check the settings. Champion spark plugs, Cole. I am so sorry, guys. Alright, I'm just waiting for my scheme to load while we wait for the race to begin at 9. So if anybody wants to come race with me, it's the limited late model at 9 o'clock. I'm so sorry about that blunder, but we're gonna ignore this. Days of Thunder, Cole. Alright. I am not going to wait for my scheme to load. Oh, and it's the wrong scheme again. Doesn't matter. We're going to head out on track and just do a couple of laps again. I don't know what is up with Trading Paints tonight, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to let it affect my driving. Alright, let's get out on track. So as I was describing earlier that you can see, we're going to make this front straightaway as long as possible. They're really just widening out that arc. Ooh, car is a little bit too sideways. Not incredibly happy with that entry. Always got to be one step ahead of the game with these late models with your steering. Some people, like, whenever I have family members or just friends come out and try to drive a late model, their steering always happens just a little bit too late. You got to be ahead of the game. You have to anticipate what the car is going to do and steer into it, if that makes sense. So, like, when I put the car in the corner, I am correcting way sooner than what you would think, what you might imagine. And that's like one thing when you first get in the late model, you gotta understand is you gotta be quick, but like not so quick that you overpower the car. You gotta have quick, fine adjustments to that steering wheel. Let me open up the chat, just so nothing happens dumb again. Am I gonna play NASCAR Heat 3? Should I? Should I play NASCAR Heat 3? I have borrowed an Xbox One for Red Dead Redemption 2. But should I get NASCAR Heat 3, and then should I do a review on it? I'm kind of afraid to. I'm afraid that I'm going to have an unpopular opinion about it, but I don't know. I don't want to go in with any preconceived notions either, but I think that's impossible at this point. Simulators are my bread and butter, so going back and playing like a racing video game, like this is a video game, yes, but that is like more arcadey and not exactly my favorite thing, put it that way, but I mean, if you guys want to see me do a review of it, I will more than happily buy it. I just don't want to, like, blast out some major unpopular opinion and then be vilified by, like, the NASCAR community, because that's also a community that I'm trying to become a part of someday. So I'm trying to be way too politically correct. Alright. So, for those of you just joining the stream, or those of you who have not been here, we are going to be doing the limited late model race at Knoxville, and that is going to be starting at 9 o'clock. And if you missed earlier, we just had a wonderful race in that car. Didn't win. I finished 5th, but it was still, like, the most tense. Like, I'm gonna upload that. Like, I'm gonna upload the stream, but I am gonna upload clips from that race because that was just so much fun. And it's just, like, really, you can just see the tension. But anyway, let's try to lay down another lap while we wait. Lost it. Apex too early. Track like Knoxville, where, like, a lot of the track is corners. I mean, like, in oval racing, apexing is, like, important. But, like, here, with such wide corners, it just determines what your lap is going to be like. A little bit of practice racing in traffic, I like it. Let off the gas, get back on it a little bit earlier than him, slide up in front, complete the pass. This is just practice, of course. How is real life racing? Real life racing is going well, except it hasn't been going at all because it's been raining every weekend. And then last weekend it didn't rain, but we had other obligations. Family was not around, and the crew chief had to go do personal things. He had to go take care of some personal stuff, so I have not raced in like a month. It feels like it probably has been a month since I've actually been in a race. So unfortunately, that's how it goes. We're at the mercy of Mother Nature on a Friday night. And Saturdays really have not been that good either. Open setup, this is not open setup. I would like to do an open setup race after this one in the pro late model or the super late model. I do have a really decent super late model setup for Eldora, but I just have to pick what track it is and like work on the setup a little bit before I get out there. Let's try this. Ooh, Alright, we got 24 people registered for this race at 9 o'clock. Come on, Trading Paints, load my scheme. Killing me.
I probably got in you or you got in things.
Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna open up the Trading Paints, the iRacing Paints folder, and I'm going to delete my paint and see if it reloads the correct one, because I'm gonna lose my mind because my scheme is just nice, and I want you guys to see that if you haven't already. Okay. Is that my scheme? It helps if you know your iRacing account number. Oh, goodness. Alright, maybe not. Maybe we'll just hope and pray that in the race that my scheme shows up. Alright, I am not even in the top 10 right now with my lap times, and that bothers me. We're just gonna try it again. I definitely want to see myself as number one, you know, because that's just the competitive spirit, of course. Those that know me know that I will spend hours upon hours with the strangest car and track combo to outrace them in time. Especially when I play R Factor 2. Not gonna do it with this lap. Let's try the high side. Oh, the car stuck a little bit better, but my apex was too wide. My corner exit carried all the way into the fence. Let's try that again. Hit the top. That's what I'm doing, Trey. Get it? Oh, goodness. Kill me. Alright. Let's just try this high side and see if I can increase my lap time at all. Definitely the car stuck a little bit better, but I'm just afraid that it's just too wide. I don't know. Just stick that right rear into the tack here. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, sorry about that.
We're picking time up. Kind of the middle. Let's just really just run the top, you know? Let's see what happens if we stick that right rear out there. I had to tighten up my corner exit and that lost some time.
Joe, how's the racing been going up for the PA?
Racing has been non-existent because of Mother Nature, my friend. We've been itching to get back to the track, and we had obligations this weekend, but like this coming weekend, this Friday night, we should be back at Clinton County, and I'm excited for it. We still have not gotten our first win, but I believe it is coming. Probably killing the tires at this point. I mean, like, if you run the high side all the way through the corner, it just loses so much speed just because it's like you have to leave the grip in order to properly hit the corner and not scrub all your speed off trying to tighten up your exit apex, or not, I'm trying to say apex way too much tonight. Sorry. Like, you're just like, so like if I run the high side the entire time, you just gotta be careful, because like right here I have to tighten up my exit, otherwise I'm gonna run into the wall. So like you gotta be really careful. Yeah, it is pushed up a little bit too much, you are correct. And too bad the cushion doesn't really help that much. It's one thing iRacing is missing, is just the actual like geometry of the bumps is just non-existent. The tracks are almost smooth, and the high side gets like a little bit of a cushion, unless you're at like Lima Land, then it's like huge, but at every other track it's just like not as noticeable. Like Eldora, you can really notice it, but for the most part I'm not that impressed with the track geometry. I guess we'll call it that. Lima Land wall cushion. We need that everywhere. Let's run the middle again. It's so difficult because like If the track gets like this, I feel like you can make up time by diving to the inside on somebody, but like just riding the outside is gonna get you more consistent times. Alright, this race starts at 9 o'clock. It is 8:57, so 3 minutes, and we'll be right on into a new race. Another vlog coming. Another vlog. You should expect to see another vlog next week at some point. After we race on Friday, there will be another vlog. Ever been a cushion at Winchester? That's depressing. The middle never has grip. So you head out to Knoxville on the weekly, huh? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm thinking that... I don't know. Like, the only track I have personal experience at is Williams Grove that they've done in iRacing, and... I mean, it feels like that's Williams Grove, but when I was there, the track just felt so much thinner. But put it this way, the track felt really big to me, but there definitely was not that much of a groove, which I guess is similar to iRacing, but I don't know. Yeah, they do need a cushion that moves. That's one thing that they don't have, is a cushion that moves with the cars as they move up the track. That is definitely something iRacing should work on, is and it's tough. Like, you know the style, if you've ever played the MX versus ATV games, like, the way those deform the ground is really cool, but I'm pretty sure that would be extremely CPU intensive in a game like iRacing, especially if you're syncing it amongst 30 people. So they gotta find out some way to do that, but, like, make it so it doesn't kill everybody's computer. Alright, racing is coming. Don't worry, we got 3 minutes to 5 minutes left. The owner does not believe in a cushion. Owners need to believe in the cushion. Just look at Baps. That place posted a picture of the cushion on the weekly, which is cool. How far do I travel to race? The farthest away we go... I mean... If it's on a Saturday, we have the liberty to travel a little bit farther because we don't work on Saturday. But it's tough because my dad plays in our church band and he needs to be able to get up early enough in the morning. So, like, we can't travel more than, like, 2.5 hours away. So that's, like, Baps is the farthest we've been away from home. But that's kind of disappointing to me, too. Like, I really want to get farther away, but it's just... Yeah, it's tough with those obligations for my dad, and it's also tough because the truck is pretty old, and they're just we're a little nervous about breaking down and being like 9 hours away from home or whatever, so there's that too. So we're just living within our means right now until we get a little bit more money, and then maybe we can do some further... Like, I really want to head out to West PA. Of course, we don't have a legal car to run, like, semi-lates out there, because we have a dry sump. But I really would love to head out and run just, like, somewhere in West PA. But anywho, that's my side on how far away we go to race. Not far enough, in my opinion, but I know people in Australia that travel like 13 plus hours every single weekend to race. Insane. Alright, this race should be starting any minute now. Whew. I'm ready for another one. Seriously, I'm excited. I hope it's as good as the last one, except I want to win. You have a dry sump? Yeah. I mean, I think dry sump is the way to go, but it's more expensive, of course. So, let's see who be messaging me. Alright. So, we're going to join the race. Here we go. Leave open practice and head to race. Fun, fun. I hope you are all enjoying this stream tonight. I went through quite a bit of work. I moved my entire setup out of my home, and now I am not home. And I have access to a far better internet connection than I have in the past. So we are cruising along at a decent internet connection for most of you. I believe we are at 50 to 60 megabit. So that's really good compared to my connection at home, which is like 8 megabit. And that's not satisfactory to be able to stream and also run iRacing, and then people yell at me. Alright, we have joined another race. Oh, and I'm car number 3. Doing it for Dale. Oh, look, there's my scheme. That's the scheme I have been waiting for. Alright, we are heading on track. Gonna try to get a lap down. Ooh, in this track. Now this might be a one-laner because this is completely tacky, so right around the bottom is not going to lose anything. And I should be at liberty to keep that throttle up pretty high all the way around the track. Script a little bit of speed on entry. And on exit there, but alright. Let's see if that track changes a little bit once everybody has gotten out on it. Alright, time for my next flying lap. Scrape the wall just a little bit, but we are okay. Riding up, planted that left front up on that berm a little bit, but we're okay. I am going to reset and get out there for another lap. Let's get out there with the new tires, see if we can beat Chad Swartz. He ran a 19.3, I ran a 19.47, which is actually a tie with Scott Dobbs, who I believe said he was watching the stream. So shout out, same time, buddies. Tied. Oh, right into qualifying. Here we go, boys. How's it feel first time racing a late model? Weird. We'll say weird. Very weird. What's more expensive, late models or modifieds? Depends. If you're running crate late models or limited late models, it's probably going to be cheaper than an open modified, but your tire costs might be a little bit steeper on a late model because we have bigger tires and we're allowed to run a really soft compound where I'm at, where the modifieds are not. But I also don't know what kind of modifieds you're talking about. I assume you mean like late model style modifieds. But here we go. We're going to qualify, and I'm going to shut up for a minute. Whew, first lap was a zinger. Second lap, not going to be so good. That's the distraction of looking down at my first time. Let's see if I hold it. That should put me on the pole if Chad does not run a better time. Which I think he would have posted it by now if he did run a better time. Sweet! Picking up the pole! Let's see if we can keep this race a little bit cleaner than the last race. The last race was not dirty by any means, but it was definitely more stressful than I'd like. However, a whole lot of fun. Bryce Larson, racing you in the number 7. Sweet. Good deal. Glad to see you coming out and competing, but let's see if we can lead this thing from start to finish. Big block modifieds slash crate modifieds. So big blocks and slash... Okay. That's interesting, because I have no idea how much they cost. Like Sportsman or crate modified might be... But also, like, I'm assuming, like, big block, like, New York big block modifieds is what I think of when I hear big block. I have no idea what they cost, and I'm sorry.
Glad you like that last race, Jen.
But...
I don't know what happened there.
That was a good one. It was hard to pass on the bottom side.
All right.
Yeah, that was a stacked tight room. We were 7 or 8 deep for laps. You know, front back.
All right, we are starting on
Yeah,
pole
it's pretty clean
at
racing, though.
Knoxville. Perfect. That's what I like to see.
Good luck, everybody.
I'm going to turn these guys down just a little bit.
Good luck.
No offense to the crowd, but it's a one-man operation right now. Just got to focus, get a good restart, and get myself out in front. I know that guy to my outside's pretty quick. I've seen him in many of these. Oh, let me make sure my wheel doesn't come flying off. That would be nice to make sure that doesn't happen. Just tighten up my wheel. Wouldn't that be funny if my mount broke right then? That would be just killer. Knocking it out of the park. Mod lights or dwarf cars? I don't know. Maybe. It kind of sounds like fun.
If everybody qualifies fast and then gets into the race right when it starts or it takes off.
How much is it for a late model? That's a good question. It all depends on where you go. You can get a late model with no engine for like, I want to say $6,000, but it might not be a fast late model. Or you could probably find one for even cheaper. There are really, really shoestring budget ways of doing it, but it's not, you're not necessarily going to be fast. But there are people that can be fast with like a shoestring budget. I want to say with an engine, you're probably looking at at least 10,000 if you're going to pick up like at least the type of car that I drive. That's for a chassis and engine, pretty much the whole kit. How often do you do engine maintenance? Often. We try to do our valves every couple of weeks. And we definitely maintenance the car every week. We're wrenching on that thing every single week. We're underneath doing pretty much anything you can think of, just tightening bolts, just double checking everything, resetting shocks to make sure nothing got bumped out of the way. Definitely a lot of work. And if you don't do that every week, you're cruising for disaster. I'll put it that way. You gotta make sure that you tighten everything every week, otherwise something might come out and you could, at these speeds, you could seriously get injured. But anyway, we're gonna start this race now. I am on the pole. We are at Knoxville, running the limited late model. Here we are. See if I can get a good jump. that car sticking on the bottom. We rock it out by about 2 car lengths. Just gotta be careful we don't lose it here. This guy is fast, and if he tries to peak, just don't want to let that happen. Gotta keep her nice and tight on the bottom. Nice and neat. Ooh, that was a little sloppy. Hard to pass at this track. Alright, we got 23 more laps of this. This is stressful here when you're in this position. Especially since you have a mirror. And boy, I'd turn it off, but I don't want to lose a race because I didn't block the guy's dumb attempt in 3 and 4. Okay. Just gonna focus here for a few minutes. Focusing, hitting the marks. Not cool. Silly wall. This is my race, not yours. And laps to go in the lead. 2 to go. Last lap. Oh goodness, we're gonna bring it home. Keep doing what I've been doing, and we're gonna win it. Ooh-wee. That's fun.
Yeah, good race up there, guys.
Good run, Dalton.
Awesome. All right. Oh,
Nice, Eric. I didn't mean to cut you off.
definitely beating one of the best. I've seen Chad in quite a
That's
few of
all
these,
good.
and he's
Good
usually
racing.
fast. I'm proud of that. Not as intense as the last one, but I can tell you, I felt the pressure. He did exactly what he
You
had
were
to
starting
do.
blink a little bit there, Chad.
Kept the pressure on the entire race, but I just had
Was
to run that bottom and
Yeah, just a
ignore
little
the
bit
mirror.
every once in a while, and then the
Oh,
last
jeez.
lap you disappeared for the whole straightaway.
Let's see how dirty the cockpit really is.
Good race there, Warren.
So I am running on 3 screens. I was fortunate enough to get a hold of these. So how dirty is my
No,
cockpit?
it
You
didn't
talking about
screw
this
me
car?
up.
Because I don't think it's
couldn't
that
keep up with
dirty.
you guys anyway. I was just a tick slow.
Here, let me just turn these guys down again.
Good run, Joe.
Appreciate it.
What's up, Joe?
All right.
Yeah, good win, Joe. See you next go round.
All right. I'm just going to save that replay of that win at Knoxville in the Limited. We'll see. Maybe I might do another one before tonight is over. The night is still young. Knoxville. Oh, I got to write Limited first. Limited, Knoxville.
11, I want to
win.
apologize to you about getting into you. I was off the gas.
All right. Yeah, they did keep me honest. Power washer is a dirt racer's best friend. Yeah, the inside of the car gets pretty nasty after a week or two. I can tell you that for certain. Definitely the floor is like the worst part. Especially underneath the seat. Some stuff gets like trapped in there and like you gotta like blast it out and it sucks. But thanks, Dan, for the compliment there. I do not run there every week, but yeah, you just gotta leave the left front on. You know what? I've had that experience at Susquehanna Speedway. There's a berm just like that. You can leave that left front on there. Just you gotta be careful that you're gonna break apart your left front bodywork if you do that too much. But yeah, definitely kept me honest. And yeah, power washer, best friend. Need more in-car videos. I know. I need a second GoPro. Can somebody send me a second GoPro? There's my e-begging for the night. I need my GoPro cases too. I gotta reorder those. In fact, I'll order those for the weekend, like soon. But I'm definitely proud of that one. I just want to take a look at the results and see if I gained much iRating off of that, because I want to grind up my iRating and get it up to like 4,000, and I've been bouncing around like I hit 27 and then kind of like, or I hit like 29 and then like dropped back to 27, but I just want to keep climbing. I know, man. There needs to be more stuff to do to the car for me to make more stuff. The car's in the trailer right now. I run a laser chassis in real life. There's some great guys from, that's Bernheisel makes those, Bernheisel race components and laser chassis. That's Jim Bernheisel down in near Lebanon, Pennsylvania. They have an awesome shop down there, and they definitely provide us with a lot of help in getting me to be fast. And I definitely love every time we get to go down there and see what those guys do, because their setup is just immaculate, and I wish that we could have half of that, but we'll get there one day. We'll see. So, big and tall late model drivers. You know what? They make new like the cages for the XR1 cars. Those things are a bit taller than all the old cages used to be. So there's that. But heck, we have been streaming for quite a while here. I am feeling it. I'm glad that you guys have been sticking around for this stream. 30 people, that's a good stream in my books for just an out of the blue stream. Maybe I could do this. You guys want to see me stream more often? I enjoy doing it, but it's hard to get out here. I know you want to see more in car and vlog stuff, because that's my mainstay on YouTube, and trust me, you're gonna see more of that. But I also can do this too, and I like bringing my real driver perspective into the dirt car in iRacing. Maybe I'll go tune my setup for the Pro Late a little bit, or maybe the Super Late. Let's see where the Super Late model is running this weekend. I want to do sprint cars too. I love sprint cars. I just don't have one. Oh, they're at USA. Let's join this. There's 6 people in this practice session. What time is this race at? Let's see what time the race is. How do I paint the car? Oh, that's it's a complicated system. You can Google some tutorials on how to paint cars for iRacing. You can go to Trading Paints. Just Google Trading Paints for iRacing. I forget what the website, I think it's tradingpaints.net or something, or tradingpaints.org. Or something like that. Don't spell it wrong. Go Google it, just so you don't go to the wrong site. But head there. They have tutorials on how to do stuff, but you don't need to get their iRacing Paint Builder Pro. As long as you have like a paint program like GIMP or Photoshop. But yeah, you basically download from iRacing a picture of the car, basically completely flattened out, then you paint on it. You just draw, put whatever you want on it, and then you can get more complex like I do and like do my full scheme on it. But basically, you just paint it however you want. You can put whatever you want, images, whatever. But you just need to have a program, a third-party program, and please look up a tutorial on how to do that. That's my tip. NASCAR Heat 3 late model setup videos. Is NASCAR Heat 3 out yet? I don't even know. Alright, we're going to join this USA practice session, and I just want to take a look at my setup and see if there's whatever I can do to improve on it. If you guys want to take screenshots of my setup or whatever, I don't really care. Oh, do I ever prep tires. That's my job half the time. Nate does it half the time, but half the time is me doing it. Yeah, we'll grind the tires. I groove the tires, he grooves the tires, grind, wrap them up, keep the freshness in. We don't have a lot of money to buy a lot of tires like big teams do, but trust me, I have experience preparing tires, just not as much as like real tire prep guys. I like to think I know what I'm doing, but alright, let's load up. Do I even have a USA? Huh. I genuinely don't have a USA set up. me just go to 20 teams. Must have been a while since I've run USA. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start from my Williams Grove race setup. I'm gonna start by trying that out.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Not much.
You guys coming up to Clinton this weekend?
I'm going to Bedford Sunday. Is there like a Mason-Dixon series up there? Or?
Nah, just a normal race.
Yeah, I usually will follow from my brother. I'll go watch him or whatever. But if he gets it up, I'll go.
Good deal. Oh, it's striking how fast the Super Late is compared to the Limited. Alright, let's try to set a lap down while I'm not talking. Ooh! Maybe next lap. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same theory, just trying to make that front stretch longer by adjusting my entry. Alright, here we go. Oh, that's not a lap that I'm going to be too proud of, but we'll find out where it puts us. It's a little bit too low coming out of 4 there. I feel like the car is just like a little bit tight on entry, and I also feel like it's a little unstable down the straightaway. Like it kind of wants to walk a little bit too far to the right, so let's just tweak my setup a little bit. What tracks do I mainly race? I'm mainly at Clinton County Motor Speedway. We'll head down to Baps Motor Speedway a couple times a year. Comes out in September. Yeah, I'll do it. I don't use chemicals in prep. That's one thing I do not do. I don't know anything about using chemicals, but... Alright, so what I felt like the setup was doing, I felt like it kind of was walking to the right a little bit down the straightaway. Like, the full rear end is trying to drive to the left and knock the front end to the right down the straightaway, which is going to mess with the corner entry, I think. So I think, let me just double check to see what my axle lead is. So, -1. So, positive lead leads the right rear tire. Let's try giving it -2. -3. We'll leave it at -3 and try it out. I love to present the method to the madness. More stagger might help, but I just don't want to mess with my corner exit as much. I don't know. I'm just gonna try this out. I like to go to Hagerstown. We have not been to Hagerstown yet. But we could run there. Let's see if we can get the car to not do what it's been doing. Definitely feels a bit more stable down the straightaway. I don't want to mess with corner center. It feels like the center of the corner is a little bit looser. I might adjust the gearing a little bit too. I'm sure that's got some effect on it, but I like how the car drives very straight down the straightaway right now. Alright, let's try to adjust the gear a little bit. This is USA with the super late model, so we've switched from doing limiteds to this is now the super late model. Alright, so let's try, I'm going to try bringing that gear down a little bit. I think 506 sounds good, but I just don't want the car to bog too much and just like lose momentum by not having proper RPMs. That's a battle that you have to face, especially in the pro late model, or at least when it first came out and when I was first like really hardcore into it. I would always have my setups like chipping out midway down the straightaway. Alright, so we're not chipping out there. Let's see if this, let's see how well this drives. Okay, we're not losing that much time on corner exit. A little bit of time. I might bring that gear up just a little bit. Like that's like a little quicker than we have been. We're still in 5th. I wonder what top times are. Oh gosh, I'm 4/10 off. We have work to do. That's good news to hear, is that you're 4/10 off pace. Draft lap. Alright. What I'm gonna do now, just to get a baseline, I'm gonna save this where it's at right now because I like the way it feels. Alright, we're gonna choose. Is this season 4 now? Are we into season 4? I'm still gonna save it as season 3, I think. Alright, this is USA. Ooh! 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 I just noticed. This has all the fuel in it. Let's take all the fuel out and just see if that gains me the tenths that I need. Of course, that bumps the rear end up a little bit higher, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of left rear out. Ooh, 65 pounds of bite. I don't know, bite I don't think is a magic number in iRacing right now, but other people may disagree. Alright, let's try this car with no fuel in it, because that's what everybody does their hot lapping with, is with no fuel. That might explain why the car felt a little loose too. We got that rear end swinging out. Alright, let's do a lap here. Oh, that was a little bit sideways. Don't like that. Let's try to run up the track a little bit. Carried a little bit more momentum. Really throw the car in there. Why not? Alright, so I'm not incredibly happy with this, so I'm going to try out the default setup. I've never been to Linda's, but I have seen it. Like, it's next to Bernheisel's, I think, isn't it? Furthering my NASCAR career. How do you do that? Get a lot of money is one way to do it. I don't want to sound too cynical, but that's one way to do it. Wait a second. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna try the default setup, and I just want to know. I want to know what I'm missing out on. If there's something that like land. I don't know if there's something that I am doing wrong with my setup. Hickory Motor Speedway. Not been. Where's that at? Give me the ins. Give me the locale. Alright, let's get out here and try out the default. Oh, look at that left front lift. Leave it at home, brother. Oh, it pushes. So I'm thinking we're running a weak. This is a weak right rear spring compared to what I had in the car. Alright, let's try a flying lap here and just see how goes it. Ouch. Do another one. Okay. Hey, this car feels tight, but let me just... Here's what I'm going to do. Just because I'm going to throw care to the wind, we're going to try to get out of that guy's way. Thank goodness we got out of his way in time. Let's see. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at this setup here. They're in a 300 in the right rear. That's like the most striking difference in the bump and rebound. 4 and 6. So 300 and 4 and 6. Let's just check my setup. 325 and 9 and 4. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy their setup on the right rear, because that just makes the car, it tightens the car up and it feels interesting. Take all the feel out again. I guess I'll 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. I gave this time. I did it even across the rear end to bring the rear end down. Keep the same amount of bite. All right. So we got the same right rear end as. Yeah, see that? Do you see this left front coming up in the air when I hit the gas? That was not happening on my setup, and I think that's because of my bump stiffness in the right rear. I just want to try this with my setup. I want to see if it's any good. Let's give it a shot.
What's up, Dylan? Oh no, bud. Not much.
Maybe this is why I don't have a USA setup, because I suck here. I am not that fast right now. Alright, I'm just gonna feel out what the car is doing. I don't know. Just watch it back. Costs some more to race a weekend than we get paid out, that's for sure, unless we win. We probably pay like $300 to $400 a weekend to race. So there's that. Let me just try out their setup again. I'm gonna take the fuel out this time. They're running way more bite and way less stagger than I was. It's 9:45. Should I do another race? I've been to Bristol. I've walked around the premises of Bristol, but I've never been to a race. I would like to go to a race. It probably costs us like, yeah, $300 to $400 to race. Like, that's in gas. That's total costs, average tires, whatever. That's for a weekend. But if we were to win, we might get $100 back. Like to win, it's like $500 or $600, but we might get. You know what I mean? Like if. Like, breaking even would be nice.
Shit, my bad, man. I wasn't trying to do that.
I do kind of like the way the default setup feels, but I don't know. It's just not giving me the lap times that I'm satisfied with, you know? I need to spend more time on this setup, but I want to tinker with more stuff. Do we have test and tune nights? Sometimes, but we haven't been to one in a while. I'd like to go to a test and tune night. It would be nice to go and just like feel the car out. They do them on Wednesdays down at BAPS, but Wednesday's tough because it's 2.5 hours away for us. Tight on entry. PC setup cost. Decent. I'll put it that way. Oh, by the way, see that hood on my car? That's this hood right here. My PC setup, a bit. I would say like $3,000 is gonna get you like really in the game, but you could probably get in there for like 1,000, but it's gonna be close because that's like mouse, keyboard, monitors, all that. So what do you guys think? Should I do another race in the limited? Let's just take a look. Boy howdy, we still got about 30 people in here. Awesome. We've been streaming for a good 2 hours. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe I should go check out the hosteds. Maybe there's something silly in there. Another limited race. What up, Trey? A budget setup. Gosh, I'd have to price it out. Times have changed so much. You're probably looking at like $500 or $600 for the computer itself, and then like $300 for the wheel. That's if you get like a mid-range wheel. If you get like a super budget wheel, you might not be having that much fun, but $150 maybe for like a super budget wheel, or if you like really browse eBay. But so maybe we'll do one more limited race, see if I can get that I rating up closer to 3,000. Alright, let me just withdraw from this testing session. Let's get ready for the race. Another one at Knoxville. We're gonna see if we can win another. And boy howdy, that might be it for the night, because I have work tomorrow morning at 8, so it is getting kind of late, and I need to go home. Have I been tempted to set up iRacing in my garage and sit in the car? Yes, very tempted. I've actually thought very many times about what I could use to like throw together to make it feasible. Like, I'd have to have some way to mount the monitors. Like, that would be tricky. Like, I could probably come up with some wood mounts, but difference between late model and super late model. Okay, so there's like a couple different types of late model. So in dirt, late models are... A super late model means open motor rule, pretty much. So you can run a $60,000 engine that you bought from Hendrick, or a $5 engine that you found in the junkyard. But yeah, so when you go run super late models, you're running against the people that have, for the most part, the most money. They'll bring a $60,000 engine to the track, and most of the time super late models will let you, their rule books will let you run softer tires, so teams with big budgets that can afford a bunch of soft tires can burn up tires every week. But that's a super late model. A limited late model in iRacing is like a crate late model in real life, so it's like low horsepower, but like pretty much the rest of the car is exactly the same. It's basically just the engine. And for a limited late model like what I drive, it's like mid-range horsepower, like kind of economy engines, but not crate, like not super low horsepower crate engines. So that's kind of the main difference. So here we are in the limited again at Knoxville, as has been the theme of the night, is I'll come do a race. The first race was super intense. Picked up a 5th place finish, but had great battles the entire time. Second race, I led flag to flag against some of the best, so I'm proud of that, but I have work to do to be able to run that way consistently. I was definitely sweating, and he kept me honest for sure. I like that quote, keeping them honest. So let's see if we can lay down a lap in this practice session and just keep doing what we have been doing all night. Ooh, left front a little bit too high on there, on that berm. It's okay to use that sparingly to help the car turn sometimes, and if you like hit your mark way too early, like you turn in too early, you're gonna, it will help you to like hit that and kind of slow the car down a little bit and keep it on the inside. But let's run a lap here. Twos are possible. A 19.2 is possible, but that was a 19.5.8. But it all depends on weather too. That's like a big factor that plays into iRacing's algorithm and how much grift you have. This guy is losing control, and so is this guy. Let's slide out of the car, reset real fast, double check the chat. Oh yeah, I am ready to taste the dirt. I am definitely looking forward to making more. iRacing video or real life videos. Yeah, it's weird because like you just got to look at the rule book too. Like on the late model to super late model discussion, like back to that real quick. Like you got to look at the rule book because some tracks think that a super late model has like specific. There are just tracks that have different rules for them, and it's difficult to describe that because I don't know where you're located like geographically. So that's another. It's interesting. There's a 4, 19.4. I would like to run a 19.2 again. Let's try it. Ooh, a little bit too much on there. Ooh. So you guys been liking the stream so far? You can add me as a friend on iRacing. However, you can, but
sorry about that, my bad.
I do get. It's tricky because like, send me the friend request right now and I'll accept it right now. I'll put it that way because sometimes I'll just get a bunch of requests. I don't tend to accept everything. So if you want to add me, you can. You can just pop in whenever, but... Pontiac Grand Am build. Yo, I want to come down to BAPS very soon. We just got to get a date picked out. I would like to run twice this weekend. That would be nice to do. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I know I'm definitely going to run Clinton on Friday, because that's just so convenient for us, but... or at least we're going to try, if Mother Nature allows. Yeah, so this race is going to kick off in about 4 minutes. But yeah, go ahead and add me on iRacing, by the way. Alright. Wait 1 second while I accept that. I gotta hit. I'm just trying to remember even how to access the friends. Oh, is that the topless 50? Ooh, I want to go to that so bad. I love that event. Lots of fun.
Hey Joe, can you hear me?
I can.
Are you the one that's got the YouTube channel?
I believe I do have the YouTube channel. Love that.
Pretty sure I've watched quite a few of your videos, man.
Good deal, man. I appreciate it. Always love putting content out there for these cars. I'm actually streaming right now. Ooh, he beat me by 7/1,000ths a second. Oh, and he ran a 19.2. It's time to get back out there. I got like 3 minutes or 4 minutes before this race kicks off, so look at that left rear sinking into the ground. iRacing physics, what is going on? Let's get out there and try to run a 2 because I will not be satisfied with myself in second. Cannot handle that. So let's get out there. Let's do this. do not believe this will be a 2. That's a 3. Any improvement is good. Let's try and roll wide in 1 and 2 and just try to get another good lap before this race kicks off. If I can start the race from the pole, I mean, qualifying is seriously, like, one of the most important parts of getting a good finish. Oh, not good. I saw that coming. I let her happen. It's getting late. This will be my last race, I believe. So, we are going to kick this thing off in a few moments, and we'll do the race. Should be in, I guess, I'll say another 5 to 10 minutes will be the actual race starting. But, all right, let's get in the race session. I appreciate all you guys stopping out for tonight. Definitely has been some fun. I've been enjoying doing some races and also streaming them. It's been a good time. And definitely if I can get a second win on the evening, that would be optimal, but Hines there is fast, so we gotta see if we can keep up with him. Before you leave, be sure to double hit that subscribe button just to make sure you stick around for all my future content, which will be racing videos and iRacing videos and whatever. I just have to come up with some new stuff and get it out there for you guys. But we got stuff in the works, don't you worry. But yeah, and also I might turn this streaming thing into like a 1-day-a-week event. I don't know what night works best for you guys, but I want to say I like Tuesday and I like Thursday, but Thursday doesn't work when we're working on the car because you usually load up Thursday night. So, but anyway, enough talk about the future. Time to do some racing. Alright, so we got a few minutes of practice ahead of us. Actually, 1 minute remaining of practice. Let me just open that up quick before I lose the chat. Alright. Time for one last race to set us off, since it is a weeknight, and many of us do have work tomorrow. Alright, this is another track with a whole lot of grip. You can see that there is no dark, black, slicked out areas to be seen. This is a track full of grip that you can probably run almost wide open on, or with that, completely wide open. Which, that comes down to just the wheel at that point. Alright, so we are going to not bump the mic. I'm just going to double check and see what times these people are running. Alright, so I'm about 710, or not 710, 700s off of the leader's time. In qualifying, we are going to attack. We're going after it. Alright, time to qualify. Limited late models, Knoxville. Here we go. Alright, let's get after it. Alright, let's make turn 34 wide so you can get the longest arc, most speed coming on the front straightaway. Here we go. Whew. Alright. We are a little bit off. Just ever so slightly. Actually, nearly a 10th, which is concerning, but we'll see if we can prosper through the race. This has considerably less people than the previous races, but anywho, let's get after this race in approximately 3 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna run out to the... I'm grabbing a water. Grabbing a water. Alright, we are back, and it is time to grid up. This is going to be a 25-lap race at Knoxville, again, in the limited late model. Got some work ahead of me, though. I am starting third. Gotta love it. These guys have some pretty nice... Oh, Ohio State scheme. I'm not one for college football, but that is a controversial term around these parts. That is for sure. Alright, so... Oh, we are rolling. Alright. Here we go, guys. We are starting third. Try to keep that nose to the grindstone and get this race done. I definitely am happy to be starting on the inside. Ooh, there's a tick. Doing this and just like screwing with my eyes, I think that's something that I don't know if other racers go through it, but whenever I'm on the track, I know when I'm in the car I don't want to blink ever. So like before we go green, I'm always like making sure my eyes are okay, properly watered and whatever, so I'm not gonna get something bugging my eye. And I do that. I don't know if that's compulsive based on like real life, because you get dirt in your face and stuff, but that's a thing that I do right before the race. All right, here we go. Alright, in third, gotta block that guy behind me just a little bit. I mean, I don't want to just like blatantly throw a block, but you know what I mean. This track is primarily one groove, and you gotta fill up that groove, especially on entry, to make sure he doesn't get a nose under you. These two in front of me are racing pretty close. I think this is gonna be a close one, guys. Gotta make sure I keep up with these guys in front.
My bad, man. I had nowhere to go.
I'm kind of seeing a gap there. I gotta close up that gap as best as I can. If those guys get to racing, that will be my opportunity to strike. You never want to count on that as a driver. It's a lot less nerve-wracking when you're running third than if you're the leader and you got a guy hounding on you. 20 laps to go. 19 now. Well, they both hit the cushion a little bit wrong. Not the cushion, the berm on the inside. Cushion on the outside, berm on the inside. And that was my best lap. If I can close that gap. I don't want to beat down this guy in second's door, though. I want him to have an opportunity to race the leader, because that's what I'm going for. I don't want to start racing this guy in second and let the leader gap us. I just want to keep that pressure on. Definitely second is putting the pressure on the leader.
My bad.
I just need to be able to capitalize on whatever happens between these two. I just need to keep myself in this position. Could be like Justin Haley and have them wreck each other on the final lap. Obviously that's not an optimal situation. I'd prefer to be in second, challenging the leader, or in the lead. But ooh, not what I wanted to do. I just gotta manage this gap and try to close it up. We got 11 laps to go. Not incredibly happy with myself after that little escapade on the inside. I definitely do not want another one to happen. I'm running quick laps though. Do your best work when you're fighting. Oh, these two are racing. That was a mistake. 9 laps to go if he's that desperate this early. I'm in the catbird seat. That's not what I want to see, a gap between the second place guy and the first place guy. I do want to catch the second place guy, but preferably I'd have them racing, but I'll take anything I can get right now. 7 laps to go. Just gotta make sure this guy behind me doesn't get a quarter panel underneath me. This racing is tight. They're beating on each other. Ooh, we're involved in it. Stay on it, stay on it. Big wreck, we're in second now. 5 to go. in dramatic fashion, we are now in second place to somebody wholly unexpected. Unfortunate that those guys got tangled up. But now I gotta be faster than this guy. Two laps to go. The gap is a little bit too much. I'm counting on a mistake. Final lap, I closed it up a little bit that time. Closed it up just a little bit more, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's definitely not. Oh. In dramatic fashion, I picked up a second place finish, which entirely composed of top fives this night has been. Wow. That was not how I expected that to go. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some hard feelings between those two in front of me. They definitely used each other up. We'll just take a look back at it. The 10 car hits the berm, 2 goes for it. 2 had quite a good run coming in. Might be a little bit of a case of net code there. Because if you really look at it, I mean the 2 car was really barreling in there. The 10 car definitely made a mistake, and I feel like the 2 maybe could have capitalized somewhere else, but the 10 definitely put his car... Yikes. That's just tough racing, man. I mean, I feel like that's just a hard racing incident, but I definitely feel like the 2 could have taken his run to the high side instead of trying to hop the berm and, like, get underneath where there was no gap here. But, you know... Can't really blame him too hard because he was going for it, and there's not much opportunity to pick up a win on this track when you're running so close to each other, and it's just so hard to pass. But here, we'll take a look from good old TV2 of this wreck here. They wrecked, and I just had to come on through. And unfortunately, the 1 car gapped me enough to where he was able to manage that gap for the rest of the race, and I ended up picking up second. But oh well, man, that was pretty crazy. Awesome. All right. So we had everything tonight. We had a race where we battled hard the entire time without touching anybody. A race where I dominated and picked up the victory, and then a race where we kind of had a bit of a mess here, and I ended up bringing home oh my goodness, he went over. Hold on, let's take a look at that. Yikes, that was a melee back there. This thing had cautions. We might have had a different race, but yikes. That was a tough situation, but anyway, I'm happy to bring it home in second. Maybe I'll save this replay as well. Hold on, let me just hit the big old quit button. Fun racing tonight, guys. Fun racing. Let's limited Knoxville second wreck avoided, kind of. So we'll just leave it at that. I am not related to Jeremy Lusk, but anyway. So, for the few of you that are left out there, thank you for stopping in tonight. We're going to head back to the main menu. I will talk right to the camera. This week, on tap, we are heading down to Clinton County Motor Speedway. That is the plan. That's on Friday night starting at 7, and that's in Middle Hole, Pennsylvania. Just give it a Google. I actually do most of the website for those guys. Not the posts by any means, but I help them run it. So, yeah, check that out. We will be there, and pay attention because I should have a new vlog ready by next week at some point, probably mid to late week. I'm thinking like Wednesday or Thursday next week. But keep an eye on some new streams. I have my computer set up somewhere else right now where I've got a nice little studio office space with some good internet connection that we can maybe stream some more races if you guys enjoyed this tonight. So let me know. Please be sure to hit subscribe or like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. I kind of post a lot of stuff everywhere. Try to get social media everywhere, even my Instagram. So, and if you're interested in joining the conversation, definitely check out the link to the Discord, which I believe is in the description of this. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out. This has been Joe Lusk with a dirt stream all night, and maybe we'll see the stream again soon. So, hey, I might do a little poll on my Facebook or Twitter, so keep an eye on there, and I'll ask if you guys want to see me do some more streaming, but I definitely want to hear your opinion on that. So, anyway, thank you guys so much. Let me get my mouse over the stop recording, and I'll see you later.